Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. I am Nanny Joanne, but soon to be Mommy Joanne. And by soon, I mean in like 6 months. Today's video is my first trimester experience, how it went for me, and what were some symptoms that I personally felt that you at home may relate to. Or if you're not pregnant, remember, you will probably at some point or another relate to a couple of these symptoms. So a trimester is broken down into 13 to 14 weeks. So the first trimester is week 1 through week 14. I am in week 14 of my first trimester. So I'm basically over the hill and I look and feel a lot different from my previous videos where I was in a hoodie. I was, hair was not done. Eyebrows were not done. I was just a hot mess, but I was being authentic and showed you guys how I was feeling. There were some days where I didn't even want to talk to people because I did not have the energy. It's real. It's real. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So week 1 through week 2, I was cruising. I felt completely normal. I felt nothing pregnancy related. I was not bloated. I was not tired. I felt completely fine. Week 3 came along and I had a little bit of cramping, just mild cramping, nothing too crazy. And it wasn't every day, just, here and there. But I definitely had like some tenderness in my breast. But other than that, I was cruising. Again, I was still doing me, eating regular foods, going to the gym, had energy. I was perfect. Week 4 came around and I still had a little bit of cramping here and there, and I had a little bit of heartburn, and I don't suffer from heartburn or acid reflux. So I was like, oh, okay, this is different. But again, it only happened like once or twice, and it was probably because my digestion was not right, or I ate something that was a little bit too hot, or maybe I didn't chew enough. Really not any sign of a symptom, in my opinion. On week 5, so a month and a week pregnant, there was one night where I started to feel a little queasy, a little nauseous, and I was like, nope, we're not doing this. So I immediately got off the couch and went to go get some saltine crackers. But again, that was only a one-off thing, nothing I concerned myself about. Week 6, a month and a half into my pregnancy, I was definitely fatigued, a little tired, and I had some underlying symptoms of nausea. And I'm like, oh boy, here it goes. Week 7 comes rolling around and I'm definitely feeling nauseous. If I were to put it on a scale, I'd say level 3 nausea. I wasn't like eating and then throwing up immediately, but I did make myself throw up a couple times during that week just because I needed some relief. I didn't want to feel nauseous. And I'm like, this is not sitting right with me. Let me just throw it up. So I did make myself throw up, but again, it wasn't unbearable. I don't think so. It's not like I was throwing up on my own. I was making myself throw up so I could have some relief from what I had just eaten. Week 8, second month into my pregnancy, I felt great. The first 4 days, I was like, oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. And then the last 3 days of the week, I was like, ugh, it's happening all over again. And I felt nauseous all over again. Week number 9 was the first week or so of January. And it was my first week back from holiday where I was at work with the kids. And let me tell you, I felt like a hot mess. A hot mess. Just like I didn't want to be there. I didn't eat. Oh, I did. I forced myself to eat because in order to prevent nausea, you have to eat something. You have to stay hydrated. So I ate something. I had some eggs and toast. And that just sat with me until I got off of work at like 6 o'clock. As soon as I got out of work and I was walking down the driveway towards my car, it just came up like this. I was like, the whole street was yellow from the eggs. It was really bad. It was really bad. I was vomiting, peeing. It was just uncontrollable. Everything that I had ate for lunch came right back out. It was not a good day. Week number 10, I started to feel good all over again. I was like, all right, 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on. So I started feeling good to the point where I was like, all right, let me go to the gym and let me be active and do what I can when I can. So I went to the gym a couple times towards the end of week 10 and it was a good week. Week number 11 comes around and I'm still feeling good. I'm like, woo, this is great. Back at the gym, doing my do. This isn't too bad. Maybe the worst is behind me. Little did I know what was coming. Week 12, third month into pregnancy. Nausea all over again. Level 5 nausea. Again, I would make myself throw up to get some relief. And my husband told me, listen, if it's not coming up on its own, maybe you should stop making yourself throw up so that you can retain some of those nutrients for the baby. Hi. So I was like, okay, even though I want to throw up, but I'll be a big girl about it and I'll go through some discomfort to retain the nutrients. All right. So one night I was just on the couch, relaxing, feeling, the underlying symptom of nausea. And I was like, all right, let me get up. I haven't drank water in quite some time. I gotta get some water. I got up from the couch slowly, started making my way towards the kitchen. Once I got to the kitchen, I just stood in front of the refrigerator with my eyes closed like this. I was breathing deeply, trying to hold everything in because I felt like if I moved or did anything, it was gonna come up. So I'm standing like this, just breathing, when all of a sudden I was like, it's coming. So I beeline to the stairs because my husband was downstairs in the bathroom. So I tried to make it up the steps. As soon as I started going on step 2, step 3, step 4, bleh, it all came out. Vomit on the stairs, on the wall. I was moving, still trying to get to the bathroom because there was more coming out of me. I made it to the bathroom, but there was vomit everywhere. And there was even vomit in the toilet. I was peeing on myself. I don't know, like, if you vomit, do you pee on yourself? Like, I feel like I just can't do a Kegel as I'm vomiting. It's just like pressure from both ends, if that makes sense. There was a puddle of piss on the floor. There was vomit all over the sink, all over my hoodie, on my hands. I had snot coming out of my nose. It was the worst. My husband came up. He's like, I'm like, be careful. There's there's vomit on the floor. It was not a good time. It was not a good time. Let's just leave it at that. Week 13, still level 4 or 5 nausea. I wasn't making myself throw up. Trying to be a big girl about it, like I said, but I was not feeling good. If I had it my way and I wasn't thinking about my fetus or embryo or whatever stage it was in, I would have wanted to throw up. That's what I felt like doing, honestly. So week 13, I'm at work. The kids were in the showers and one of them was watching TV and I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like the smell of their garbage or something. Again, it was like a volcanic eruption was occurring. Thank God. The parents weren't home. They were working. And so I had just the kids and myself because they would have been like, what's going on? And at this point, I hadn't told them I was pregnant. But I would have been like, I'm just like sick. I don't know. But I'm standing there in the kitchen again, like this, trying to take deep breaths and calm myself down. No, that was coming up. It was getting out of my body. So I ran to the bathroom and I guess the food that I ate hadn't digested. Obviously, it was still in my small intestine. Because if it was in my stomach, it wouldn't come all the way up. Anyways, it wasn't digested yet. So when I threw it up, it was just like big blumps and gunks and like the actual food. So as I'm vomiting, the water, it's disgusting. As I'm vomiting, the water splashing back on my face because it's like when you throw a rock in a pond, it splashes. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm just getting I'm closing my eyes so I don't get any stuff in my eyes. But there's stuff on my face, on my hair. But listen, I'm throwing up. I'm not stopping throwing up because I'm getting stuff in my face. there's like snot, and it's just like blah, blah, blah. And it was just like this like constant bloof, 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 bloof. Yeah, fun times being pregnant and nauseous. Wow. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. All right, that was week 13. Week 14, which was this past week. Feeling good, like I should. Hi. My little helper here. All right, so last week, week 14, as I said, feeling phenomenal. Still like a little bit of fatigue, but you know, I'm eating, no nausea, no throwing up. You know, some of my energy is coming back. So I even worked out twice this week. I was like, but I didn't go to the gym. I just stayed home because I didn't want to like risk it. But yeah, felt pretty good about it. Oh yeah. Okay, so Haley here, she's my niece. You probably have seen her on my other playlist. She was there when the volcanic eruption occurred, and she wants to let you guys know how it went down for her. Let me switch over and give her the mic.
Movies.
You can just hold it if you want.
Okay, everyone. So, what it was like when she was dramatically sick. All right. I remember when I first came here to live, it was bad because like when she had to go barf, I just heard her from downstairs and upstairs because I was downstairs watching a movie with her, and she just went upstairs and I heard her go like and then one time me and her were watching Home Alone, and then like I remember she was near the kitchen counter getting water, but I guess she coughed.
That's when I was like trying to breathe in front of the refrigerator.
Yeah. And then, like, basically, I feel like, what I saw from her, like, I think she felt it coming. So she was running upstairs, but then it's like, she tells me it's not anything that you can control. It just comes out like a rocket ship, a supernova. And then, like, it's just like, and then she just barfed on the stairs. I'm like, oh my God. So I didn't even want to go upstairs anymore. But yeah, it was terrifying.
It was pretty bad. Thanks, Haley, for that little add-on. All right, guys. So that was week 1 through week 14 of my pregnancy and my symptoms. I will be doing a part 2 and a part 3 of my second trimester weekly feelings and my third trimester weekly feelings. And I will also be letting you know what I took to help alleviate some of the nausea, and hopefully it works for you guys. Didn't quite work for me, but I will be sharing those tips with you. And yeah, we'll see you guys all next time with more. Happy pregnancy to all my expecting mamas. Hope that this first trimester is treating you guys swell. And just remember, for the love of the baby. All right, guys, so I'll see you guys next time with more. Again, I am Nanny Joanne, but soon to be Mommy Joanne. Peace.
I'm another child.